Namaste ji, namaste. Hope you are doing well. So now let's cover out current affairs for the month of February 2022. And as always, we will post the first lecture on YouTube and then the rest always in the current affairs module. Now keep on taking notes. February has been almost a very dry month. Current affairs have reduced almost by, let's say, 30 to 40 odd percent, because thanks to all of this Ukraine-Wiley development. So current affairs on the national front have risen, but national pay, February is always usually a dry month, but February always is starting out with budget. So budget se pehle lekin economic survey. So the economic survey is pegging the GDP to grow by 9.2% in 2021 and 8 to 8.5% ki range in 2022 to 2023. If you're going to be taking the CLAT AILET, both of these figures become important, and according to, well, these figures are according to economic survey. And the chief economic advisor right now, this is a very recent appointment in December 2021 हुई थी, I think December या basically year end के आसपास कहीं पे हुई थी, V अनंता नागेश्वरन. तो CEA चीफ इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर इस टाइम V अनंता नागेश्वरन है. ये क्वेश्चन आपको लॉ एंट्रेंसेस में मोस्टली 9 आउट ऑफ टाइम्स तो आपको इस साल मिलना ही मिलना है इनका नाम, राइट. Last year, basically, it was said in the economic survey that it's a V-shaped recovery. This year, it does not mention anything that what sort of shape recovery is this. But in this response to this question कि इस साल कौन सी shape की recovery होगी, so a W shape was drawn in the air by the principal economic advisor, whose name is Sanjeev Sanyal. I think he's the great grandson of the very famous yogi of Banaras, that is Lahiri Mahashay. ठीक है जी. Now theme of survey ये भी बहुत बारी आता है. So इस बारी की theme of survey is agile approach. लिख लीजिए. All of these are various MCQs, and if CLAT gives you a passage on economic survey, well, these are the but obvious questions that come out. We'll just cover out budget as well later on in the lecture. Now Sehat, now this is extremely crucial. I've written it in red, high probability question. Sehat ka full form, services, e-health assistance and teleconsultation. All right. So इस scheme के under the government has started delivering to veterans and basically retired army officers and serving army officers or personnel home delivery of medicines under Sehat, and all examiners are always fascinated by government schemes. Number of patents granted in India as per a report is 58,502. This specific figure only for AILET. AILET loves such sort of questions. For 2020 to 2021. And fourth budget was presented as her fourth budget by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. And we started basically एक time period अपने लिए कि अमृत काल है इंडिया का 25 साल तक. This will culminate from starting from 2022 to goes to 2047. And budget कब present किया जाता है? That's always now 1st February. Budget का official नाम is Annual Financial Statement, Article 1112. Budget is split into two. That's revenue budget and capital budget. 2017 में Arun Jaitley ji, when he was the FM, now late Arun Jaitley, he shifted the budget from the last day of February to the first day of, basically the first working day of February, or the 1st February only. And 2017 से प्रथा अरुण जेटली जी ने शुरू कर दी थी. तो अब क्वेश्चन लॉ एंट्रेंसेस में आता भी, DULLB 2021 में भी आया था कि when is the budget presented annually, on which date. So it forms a part of static GK now. So same year in 2017 he unified the railway budget, so there won't be any basically separate railway budget ever since. There hasn't been any since that year. तो अब budget से और related question, who was the first person to have presented the budget? अगर वहाँ पे option में हिंदुस्तानियों का नाम ना और जेम्स विल्सन हो तो कृपया करके इनको मार्क कर दीजिएगा, because this was the first, he presented the first budget in pre-independent India. Which of the following personalities has delivered the highest number of budgets as obviously finance minister? That's Morarji Desai. It's 10 budgets. And who was the first Indian post-independence to have delivered the budget? That is R.K. Shanmukham Chetty, CHETTY, on 26 November 1947. This is also known as the first finance minister. First finance minister पे आपको याद दिला दूँ, first prime minister, first deputy prime minister, first home minister, first defense minister, first finance minister, first education minister, और उनके happy birthday पे हम कौन सा दिन मनाते हैं first education minister वाले पे. All questions, we have discussed this again and again in the modules. In the static GK module, pre-constitutional history lectures, everything pretty much is covered. Hopefully it is making sense to you. और अगर नहीं याद आ रहा तो कृपया करके ये जो मैंने अभी लिस्ट हुई इसको रिवाइंड करिए लेक्चर को और ये सारी लिस्ट अपने एंड पे बनाइए. Then e-Shram portal, which is for unorganized sector workers, the government, in a response to a question raised, said that 2 crore graduates have registered on the e-Shram portal. ये नाम important है. Then Modi ji inaugurated a 216 foot 216 feet tall statue of equality honoring Ramanujacharya, that is a Bhakti era saint. Ramanuj, basically, unko popularly he is known. Now, this is extremely important. Will 99.99% show up? I'll mention this again in the international section as well, international wala lecture. The Hoysala temples of Belur, Halebid, and Somnathapur in Karnataka have been selected as India's nomination for UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites for the year 2022-2023. This is extremely crucial, will most likely show up. There is no way that this does not show up in various exams. Alright, यूपी के चुनाव, I'm shooting this on the 10th of March, तो आज तो बीजेपी जीती गई है वहाँ पे. पंजाब में आम आदमी पार्टी जीती है. I think rest of the states have been, I think they've been won by the BJP. If I'm not mistaken, just correct me if I'm wrong. यूपी में कितनी सीटें? 403 लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली. डज इट हैव अ लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल? यस. यूपी का पहला नाम उत्तर प्रदेश का यूनाइटेड प्रोविंसेस, और एक सुचित्रा कृपलानी भी थी, द फर्स्ट वुमन एवर टू बिकम अ सीएम ऑफ अ स्टेट वे बैक देन. एंड लोकसभा में कितनी सीटें? 80 आउट ऑफ 543 सीट्स इन लोकसभा. एंड यहाँ पर कितने फेजेस में वोटिंग हुई? 7 फेजेस. आई थिंक पिछले महीने भी हमने कवर आउट करा था, राइट? Now, the OECM tag is given by International Union for Conservation of Nature, and it has been given to Aravali Biodiversity Park in Gurugram, and it is the first OECM site in the country. So OECM tag कौन देता है? That's International Union for Conservation of Nature. That's IUCN. कृपया करके आप इसको लिख लीजिए. इस पर थोड़ी सी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है. तो गया का एयरपोर्ट कोड, एवरी एयरपोर्ट इज क्लासिफाइड इन 3 letters, so that's यहाँ पे गे कर दिया इन्होंने, GAY. तो उस पर अब सरकारी बाबू को ये पसंद नहीं है, सो दे हैव रिकमेंडेड चेंज टू YAG. उल्टा कर देंगे, अदरवाइज पब्लिक आउटक्राई हो जाएगी. तो क्वेश्चन क्या बनेगा? विच एयरपोर्ट के ऊपर एक कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है. JNU, नाउ अगेन आई रिपीट दिस इन द अपॉइंटमेंट्स वाला लेक्चर एज वेल. JNU की वाइस चांसलर, द फर्स्ट वुमन एवर टू बिकम द वाइस चांसलर ऑफ JNU इज संतिश्री धुलीपुड़ी पंडित. अच्छा, और ये मुसीबत ये है कि इनका नाम दे देंगे. अब इस पर बहुत ज़्यादा कंट्रोवर्सी थी, क्वाइट इन द न्यूज़. तो ये नाम दे देंगे और पूछ लेंगे विच यूनिवर्सिटी की वाइस चांसलर बनी है द फर्स्ट वुमन वाइस चांसलर. दैट्स JNU. ओके, रवि चोपड़ा, चेयरमैन ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट पैनल ऑन चार धाम, हैज रिजाइंड. Low probability, but still I thought I'll just cover it. PM Modi to deliver inaugural address at TERI Summit. Now, TERI Summit is basically the Energy and Resource Institute's TERI World Sustainable Development Summit. अच्छा, तो यहाँ पे बेसिकली ये जो इनका जो काम है, द एनर्जी, ये आपका जो टेरी की जो वर्ल्ड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट समिट इज टेरीज एनुअल फ्लैगशिप इवेंट. तो ये वर्ल्ड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट समिट इज कंडक्टेड बाय और is moderated by, is hosted by, that's TERI. TERI is the Energy and Resources Institute. ठीक है जी. ना नार्कोटिक्स ब्यूरो कंट्रोल, ब्यूरो की हमेशा स्पेलिंग में हमेशा कभी कभार एक लॉ इंटरनल पहले पूछते हैं 16 के आसपास की ब्यूरो की स्पेलिंग बता दो हमेशा, it confuses people. So BUREAU. So they conducted a Darkathon 2022. Darkathon 2022 is basically this is a program that they held, so to stop the trafficking of drugs through darknet. They wanted to find solutions, so they wanted to involve youngsters via this Darkathon. Sounds like a hackathon. That is what pretty much it was. Now this was a news. Abhi, I don't think that it's very high probability, but still has medium probability of showing up. Now, once completed, the Udhampur-Srinagar Baramulla rail link mega project will be the longest tunnel of the Indian Railways. तो इसके अंदर एक टनल संबर और अर्पिन चला स्टेशन के बीच में कनेक्ट कर दिया गया. वो आपसे नहीं पूछेंगे, लेकिन लॉन्गेस्ट टनल ऑफ रेलवे सिंस दिस वाज इन दिस, दैट्स उधमपुर श्रीनगर बारामूला रेल लिंक. कृपया करके ये चीज़ अपने नोट्स में मेंशन कर लीजिए. देन इंडिया साइंड अ वेरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक पार्टनरशिप अग्रीमेंट विद UAE. नाउ CEPA, CEPA उसका शॉर्ट फॉर्म. So which country did India enter into a CEPA with? That's UAE. Now this is another very interesting story, but we won't go into the details. So NSE, National Stock Exchange की ex-MD, that is Chitra Ramakrishna, she is being probed and by the CBI for an alleged huge scam in which she said that some yogi from the Himalayas contacted her via email. अब आजकल योगियों को भी I think email पे टेलीपैथी वगैरह भूल गए होंगे शायद, मतलब होती थी पहले ज़माने में, not making fun of it. और क्या बोलते हैं, if a yogi wants to connect with you, they'll just connect with your mind. Why do you need to send you emails? तो उनमें बहुत बड़ा स्कैम हुआ था वहाँ पर. तो चित्र रामाकृष्णा, that is the personality's name that you will need to remember. So in Asia's largest bio-CNG plant has been inaugurated in MP's Indore by PM Modi, of course. उनका नाम है गोवर्धन, as in the plant का नाम. And mind you, this has to show up. There is no way that this happens in February and does not show up in any exam. All right. Now then, bio-CNG का क्या चक्कर है जी? Bio-CNG, I'll just add on जो scientific वाला जो term है into your notes. Since biogas contains 55 to 60% methane, 40 to 45% carbon dioxide, and trace amounts of hydrogen sulfide. I don't want to go into my 11th, 12th PCM. Valadin. The second process involves purifying the gas to remove carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide gases to prepare bio-CNG. I too became a judge is the name of the book by Justice K. Chandru, the guy जो जय भीम वाली पिक्चर जिनके ऊपर थी, तो ये बाद में जज बन गए थे. And then firstly he was a lawyer, so I too became a judge is the name of the kitab. This created quite a lot of news in February as well. IOC International Olympic Committee का जो session जो है, this is going to be held in Mumbai in 2023. This will be the second time they will be holding an IOC का session. The first time that or the last time basically इससे पहले it was 1983. And who is the woman member of the IOC from India? That's Neeta Ambani. Alright, so they are bringing IOC back. This is big news. This is going to show up. Alright, ABG shipyard scam was found just like the PNB scam. Very low probability. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं होने वाला यहाँ पे. Now first ever water taxi was launched. That's Mumbai's east coast with Navi Mumbai. It connected both of these places. India has proposed, or rather will be implementing a blanket ban from July 1 on certain single-use plastic items, and this will most likely show up in AILET. In fact, I'm dead sure that has to show up. Foreign investors were allowed to invest up to 20% in the upcoming Life Insurance Corporation का IPO. Alright, but National Front पे usually February is anyway quite a dry month because सारा focus budget पे रहता है. And this time around Russia-Ukraine situation के चक्कर में international में बढ़ गए, but national में थोड़े कम ही थे. We usually go around the 40-45 mark. इस बारी हम 22 पे हैं. But I think we are still very decently covered. January में तो we covered a lot more. तो national में अब इतना रखते हैं, but बाकी lectures बहुत सारे हैं अभी. Then we'll just cover out for the month of February, and that should cover out the stuff for NLSAT etc. as well. क्योंकि उससे ज़्यादा basically आपको I think I'll just show you the document that I've been talking about on the 24th of March for NLSAT. Alright, now I'll see you in the further lectures in the course. Right, take care, bye.